Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, welcome back to the Naughty Spider channel. If you're old here, welcome back, Naughty Gang. Gang. Welcome back to the official crochet and Bible study with Naughty Spider. Yeah. So anyways, guys, welcome back to another episode. She's emoed out, y'all. Very exciting news. I finally finished the book of Genesis, girl. Finally, the very first book of the Bible in the Bible is the book of Genesis, and I have finally finished and read through it through and through, girl. So we're finally past Genesis, and we're finally able to move forward to the next book, which is the book of Exodus. But today we're going to cover the last sections that I read, the last few chapters. So that's what we're going to be covering today, which I will show right here. We have read like 13 chapters in total for this episode. Chapter 37 verse 1 all the way to chapter 50 verse 26. And today we will be crocheting some leg warmers, guys, just to catch up, let you guys know what we're going to be crocheting before we dive in to the summary of what we read. I have made these beautiful leg warmers, friends. I freaking love these. I made some leg warmers in the past, but they were like super basic, plain, nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like if I'm gonna be crocheting something for me, like it has to be something that I can't find at freaking the Dollar Tree or that I can't find at the retail stores. I like making stuff that I know, girl, you could not find it anywhere besides the Naughty Spider shop or besides a crocheter. So these, I know I'm not going to be finding this at Walmart or freaking Ross, girl. I know the only place I will find it is here, the Naughty Spider shop. Or if you have a crocheter friend, oh girl, you're in luck. Other than that, guys, we're going to be crocheting some new leg warmers. I need to steam these up, but we're going to be crocheting another pair of these, but black and white. So this is inside out. We finished attaching it. I still need to secure the little threads here on the sides to make sure it doesn't open up later. But these are what the leg warmers are looking like. I want to make a hat too. You know me, I love my hats. I need to make more like neutral colors, black and white stuff, so I can match it with everything. Because look at what I'm wearing. Girl, like I'm not about to wear these. I mean, it could match with the pink, but I don't like mix matching a lot of patterns, like shapes. I don't like that. If I'm gonna wear squares, checkered, this is the only shapes that I'm aware. Anyways, that's what we're gonna be crocheting. Some leg warmers, guys. We got our yarn winder, which I'm not gonna need, so I'll put her away while we spike. If you are interested in studying the Bible, the sections that we're gonna read today, and crocheting and just chatting it up, then continue to watch. Okay, guys, so these are time for the real ones. Me and you, we're real ones here. And as long as you have God in your life, oh girl, you're really keeping it real. Hopefully people who don't seek God, hopefully one day they can give God a chance. I always pray and hope for those people who lack the belief in God. I just hope one day they can give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. Okay, guys, so in today's episode, we're going to be covering some really nice, interesting parts of the Bible. Some very sad parts. There's a lot of sad, tragic things that happen in the Bible, guys. Like, let's keep it real. I've always heard other people talk about it too. They'll talk about how, like, I've heard this lady. She was like, you guys praise God so much, and he is so evil. Read the Bible. He is so evil. Everything he does is evil. And I could definitely understand what they mean by that, because God is no one to play with, girl. God is definitely someone who he's not gonna let you play with him. He knows what you're up to, and if you're an evil person, he's taking you down. And I respect that. Okay, let's keep it real here. Like, when someone does something bad to us, some of us have the strength to cut those people off, or revenge. Some people have revenge. I mean, I grew up with that too, girl. As people say, as an Aquarius, right? We love revenge. But personally speaking, I really do love revenge. Like, it's so sad. It's bad. I mean, I don't do the most though. I like, if I have to like go against my morals, I'm not doing it. But if it's something like where I'm like, okay, you want to act like that towards me, we're done here. That's the type of revenge that I will literally gonna cut you off. I'm not gonna give you good energy anymore. I'm not gonna show you the same love that I had once had for you. It's definitely, I'm gonna cut back. I'm gonna, reserve my energy. And I feel like it's not revenge. It's more, I'm protecting my peace. But at the same time, I mean, back in the day, I was more revengeful though. Like, I was literally like, oh, if you do something to me, I'm gonna do it to you times 10. But I've changed my ways because I feel like instead of moving forward, I'm moving backwards. Instead of doing something good for me, I'm literally just damaging myself at that point if I'm gonna be doing something like that. You get me? Like, instead of bettering myself, I'm like becoming one of those people that I once talked bad about. You feel me? But in this, I don't even know why I started saying that, but in this, the chapters that we read today, girl, it gets serious. And that's what I love about the Bible. Like, it's very, like, my interpretation of the Bible in the beginning, I thought the Bible was going to be all beautiful, fun and games, all just, I don't know, peaches and cream. But as I continue to read the Bible, I start to realize it's not peaches and cream, girl. It's really just real life stuff, real tragic stuff, real barbaric. It also makes me realize, oh wow, like how much we've improved as human beings. We're not improved, how much we've changed, we're much more modern now. You know what I'm saying? Two cakes here. I love that about the Bible. And now that I finished the book of Genesis, who is Genesis? Who is Genesis? I don't know. Let's search that up. Because I'm like, wait a second, like, who is Genesis though? Let's put our glasses, girl. I need to start wearing my glasses. If you join my live streams, you already know. Okay. So it says, I'm like, who is Genesis, girl? Because I would lie if I were to say, Genesis is this person. Hey, if you're over there saying that you know who Genesis is, girl, you lying because you just got caught. And then let me tell you how. Okay, so it says here, the book of Genesis. Genesis is not a person. Book of Genesis is the first book of the Bible and of the Torah. The word Genesis means origin or beginning. That makes a lot of sense. So the reason why it's called Genesis is because it's the beginning of life, the beginning of Adam and Eve, the beginning of, of God's creation. So now we know, guys, Genesis is not a person. It's just the meaning of the origin, the beginning of our times. This last section was the section of Joseph, the generations of Jacob, the saving of Israel by Joseph. It starts off with how Joseph is the favorite child of Israel, or the favorite child of Jacob, the father. And he has brothers who do not like him, are jealous of him because they know that the favorite child of their dad is Joseph. So Joseph gets mistreated by his brothers to the point that they end up plotting to kill him, until Reuben, I believe Reuben is the oldest son, the firstborn. He says, he's like, no, let's not do that, because he feels bad. He instead suggests to put him in a cistern. I'll put it right here. That is a cistern where they put Joseph in, okay? And they said, let's lock him up and let's put him away into the wilderness. They even planned that to tell the dad that Joseph was eaten by animals and, that he's dead. So turns out they ended up selling him to some Egyptians, I believe. And they end up telling the dad that he was eaten by animals and then he died. So at this time, Joseph, he's sold to the Egyptians. He's in Egypt. And he meets these people that have dreams, and he basically interprets their dreams for them. So that kind of proves to them that, oh my God, Joseph has power. And what made the brothers so jealous of Joseph is because Joseph mentioned how he had a dream and how his brothers were bowing down to him, basically saying, that he's the one in power and he's the one that's going to have more power than them. So they became really, really jealous off of that. In Egypt, these people that were having dreams and coming to Joseph for the interpretation of their dreams, they ended up, making him the one in charge charge of Egypt. Until his brothers came back, girl, and they ended up needing from him. But they didn't know that Joseph was the one in charge of Egypt. But Joseph knew that the ones coming to him were his brothers. So he kind of like, not mistreating them, but kind of, giving them the cold shoulder and kind of like blackmailing them a little bit, if I could be real. But turns out he ends up telling them the truth. Hey, you know what? I'm your brother. Blah blah blah. Bring our dad here. Like, let him live over here. Basically helping his brothers out, even though everything that he went through. So something in the study Bible that stood out to me. It talks about siblings and our relationship with our siblings. I don't know if you guys have any siblings, but I have 3 of them. With me, it's 4 of us. And if I could be honest, dude, I was definitely blessed to have a good family and good siblings. Of course, we have our ups and downs, girl. Of course, not everything's peaches and cream. But overall, dude, like, we have a really good relationship and we're pretty, we have a close relationship with each other. And right here in the study Bible, it talks about how through relationships with our siblings, we develop, grow, learn, and from them we obtain self-esteem, identity, and significance. And even though some of us will be like, no girl, I'm my own person, like my brothers don't determine who and how I act or who I become, my identity, my self-worth. Although we want to deny that, some of us, in reality, dude, the people who we grew up with is the people who we learn from. The people who we are surrounded by influences how we act, influences how we think, influences how we perceive things. Sure, like when we get older, we might, evolve and learn from others. But in reality, dude, that core identity comes from where we grew up, who we grew up around. And in most cases, we have siblings. And in most cases, we have formed relationships with our siblings, whether it be a good or a bad relationship. So I'm gonna read a part that I highlighted, which I really think is really nice and important. So it says here, siblings provide one another with a unique opportunity to give and receive love, as well as to develop tolerance, an appreciation for others, communication skills, an ability to forgive others, and an understanding of genuine companionship. Sheesh. Girl, those are bars. It is so true, girl. I cannot tell you how real that is. And for those who don't have siblings, right, you're an only child, this can probably mean with your cousins, if you have any cousins and you're around them, or your friends, okay? Same thing with the people you grew up with, the people who are the same age as you, your peers, all of that, people who you are around. And for us who have siblings, obviously we're always around our siblings because we grew up with them until we like move out and, live without them. But it's so true, girl. Like, all of this is so true. My tolerance, girl, definitely has been tested with my siblings, okay? Not the elotero in the back. That's how you know I'm in LA, girl. Definitely an ability to forgive others, girl. You don't understand. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it is very hard to forgive. It's so hard. Or to ask for forgiveness. No, not to forgive. I could definitely forgive depending on what the person did. But for me to ask someone for forgiveness, oh girl, it's hard, okay? Like, I hate that for me. I do. I've been working on it for a very long time, but I'm not where I want to be. And definitely, girl, asking for forgiveness is definitely something so freaking hard to do. But I could definitely agree that having siblings and communicating with them has helped me ask for forgiveness, for sure. To forgive. Communication skills, exactly. Like, you gotta learn how to approach people with respect, ask them, or to confront them. Sometimes a lot of people make it seem like confrontation is bad, but confrontation is good, depending on how you confront the people, of course. So this is another good one. Look, we must allow a sibling freedom to develop his or her own traits and abilities to pursue the unique call of God in life. Martha and Mary were very different in personality, yet each had a unique relationship with the Lord. Super true. A lot of us get offended that our brother or our sister acts like this or does this. And in reality, we all have different personalities, different abilities, and it's okay. We all have our unique personalities, and we should not get offended by that. Another read, because the way siblings relate to one another is largely based on the way they perceive their parents' regard for them. A special burden rests on parents to treat all their children with equal love and value, just as our Heavenly Father does. Yet at the same time, each child must be nurtured according to his or her own unique capabilities and attributes. This one is super important, girl. Because I don't know about you guys, but if you grew up, I've heard a lot of stories like this where like a lot of siblings hold resentment towards their parents because their parent treated others better. At this point, girl, definitely the parents are to blame. The parents are to blame. And I feel bad, some parents really don't know any better. I get that. Some parents are trying their best. I get that. But you're the one out here giving birth. Like, please try to learn to be equal. Because then literally siblings end up hating each other, mistreating each other, because the parent is showing one person more respect than the others, showing love more towards this person than the others. And then that resentment gets in the way, and then fighting, arguments, disrespect. And this is why I truly believe the Bible is so important, girl. Like I used to not be like this. I used to think the Bible was whatever, religion. But the more that I read about it, the more it just really will help a family come together, will help you keep a balanced mind, a peaceful mind. And this makes me tear up a little bit because I'm just like, dang, like so many people are missing out. And the Bible's, there's nothing wrong. Like, dude, it gives you so much good advice. It gives you so many examples of what different people go through and what can help you with whatever you're going through. You know what I mean? And it just has nothing wrong. Like, okay, sure, those people say God was evil. Look at the Bible, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, fool, like God is in power. Let him run his ship. Let him run his own creation, girl. It's like me when I create my art pieces. It's my creation. I created it. So I'm going to treat it however I want to treat it. God created us. And a lot of human beings like to be freaking egotistical and act like, girl, we were literally created. How are you going to try to outthrone the king of the kings? Let him run his ship. You get what I'm saying? Like, well, you want him to be a pushover? Please. No one should be a pushover. Period. A lot of parents have their favorite ones, girl. And, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, let's try to do better. Because then if your kids start hating each other, then you should check on how you treat them. You know what I'm saying? As a parent. Talking to the parents here. Yeah, guys, this was a really good read because it's very relatable. It's very important. I don't know what I did with my bangs at this very moment, but it's starting to look ugly as heck. But anyways, it's okay. It's very important to always center your relationship, girl. Like, I hear this all the time, but I could definitely understand why people say to always put God in the center of your relationship, your family, because God is all about peace. God is all about love. Love is the highest frequency, okay, on earth. The highest frequency, girl, is love. And I don't think a lot of people understand and realize that. And a lot of people don't have love, girl, or give love. A lot of people don't share love. And I feel like as human beings, girl, that is the missing puzzle that can really help us just be better human beings in general. And God is all about love, girl. God is love. God is all about peace. And if you read the Bible and you stay put learning, you're going to learn different ways of how to seek God, how to seek love, how to seek peace. I feel like if you really want to be a happy person, girl, or just live a good, happy life, peaceful life, try to come back to God. Pray to him. And if you have the chance, read the Bible. Teach it to your kids. Don't be like that to your kids. I don't want to be here telling people what to do, but I strongly believe like God can really help relationships, family, partners. You know, if you feel like you're the black sheep in your family, right? Everyone mistreats you. You get what I'm saying? You're the one who's getting the mistreatment. If you can, try to fix it. Try to teach them the knowledge that you have, because sometimes people just lack the knowledge, and that's why they're not bettering their lives. They're not bettering their situations. They're not behaving as good as they should be, right? I feel like because some people really lack the knowledge. And if you have that knowledge, girl, then try to spread that knowledge. Some people, girl, will not want to listen, will get mad, offended. In that case, reserve, distance yourself, protect your peace. But if you definitely can tune into that and try to break that cycle, that curse that's in your family, as I've heard, or just breaking that cycle of dysfunction, mistreatment, inequality within the family, try to break the cycle. Try to teach people something, not in the read the Bible, girl, more like I'm reading the Bible, guys, this is what I've learned. Interesting, huh? If you get me, you get me. If you want me to explain more on that, I can. But I definitely feel like if you're the black sheep and you have the knowledge, then teach your family, show your family. And if they don't want to listen, pues that's not your problem. You tried your best. But best believe that they will listen, even if they act like they're not. And if they don't want to change, girl, then that is not your problem. Continue moving on. Keep that distance. But if they're willing to change and hear you out, or just give them some time. Because people don't change from one day to another. People change after practice of trying to change after years. Another thing that really stood out to me about today's read is how Joseph was being tested, girl. Before he became the ruler of Egypt, he had a master, and the wife of the master was trying to sleep with him. Hey, sleep with me, blah blah blah. And he continued to reject her until he ran away from her, because she was really, really trying to sleep with him. She ended up accusing him of wanting to sleep with her. So she's the one that wanted to sleep with him, but she accused him of wanting to sleep with her. So then he got sent to prison. And it just made me realize, girl, Joseph went through a lot. That fool went through a lot, girl. A lot, to the point that most people would give up. Most people would not believe in God anymore. Most people will blame God. Most people will, say, God, you don't exist, because why would you want me to go through stuff like that? But he had such strong belief in God, such strong faith in God. Dude, after all the suffering he went through, his siblings trying to kill him, his siblings selling him, he still believed in God. And he still believed in God's plan. To me, girl, a lesson that I learned in today's read: no matter what we go through, no matter how harsh life can be and unfair, if Joseph could still believe in God and have that strong faith in God, and God still blessed him, because God blessed him. He made him the ruler of Egypt. He literally made him be in charge of Egypt after everything he went through. He even says it. Joseph even says it. Look, he says this to his brothers, because his brothers came back to him, and his brothers were scared of him, because when the father died, because their dad ended up dying, Israel/Jacob, he ended up dying, and the brothers of Joseph ended up telling him, lying to him and telling him, hey, dad said to not kill us, to please forgive us, we've changed. And Joseph was basically Joseph told him, don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children. So basically telling him, I'm not going to kill you guys. I'm not going to do nothing to you guys. What you guys did to me is something that God did for the good, for the better. So basically, still glorifying God, that whatever his brothers did to him, it was all in the plan of God, which is a messed up plan, as most people would think, damn, that's pretty messed up. But that shows us that no matter how harsh our journey could be, God still has a plan for us, and he has a very, very good plan. The bad things that we go through, guys, builds character. no matter how much we want to deny. It builds character. Everything that I went through in the last episode, I shared a very vulnerable moment with you guys. I even cried. I always cried, but I haven't cried in a while, and I cried. And I don't regret what happened to me as a child. I don't regret being essayed. And the reason why I don't regret it is because it really did make me the woman that I am today. It made me strong. It made me so resilient, girl. So resilient. It made me believe in God more. It made me closer to God. It made me just the woman that I am today. And I am so proud of the woman that I am today. And I'm sure that's how Joseph felt, and I'm sure that's how a lot of us feel. Some of us don't regret our past, even how messed up it was, because it really shaped us to the person that we are today. If it wasn't for that moment, that trauma, we wouldn't be as strong as we are today. We wouldn't be as resilient. We wouldn't be as strategic. We wouldn't be as smart, as intelligent, as creative, as strong, as brave as we are today. So even though that happened to me, I know God has a huge plan for me, and I know that it built character, and I know that everything that I go through continues to make me stronger for that bigger and better plan that God has. And I feel like sometimes God, that's how he tests you. Like, are you gonna stick for the right, or are you just gonna want what you prayed for, and then you're gonna forget about me? He knows us. He knows we're gonna forget about him as soon as he blesses us with what we've been praying for. So he's very strategic, and sometimes he will close doors so that he can redirect you to a better path, or maybe to test you and see, like, are you still gonna believe in me? And if you don't, then that's your loss. But if you still do, then it's like God is like, okay, you're still in it to win it. Still believe in me, which that's the main priority that should take in our lives, is prioritizing God, believing in God, and not worrying about these worldly things. It's easier said than done. I didn't even finish one freaking square. It's easier said than done, guys, but it is good for us. We're in the right path. So if you're here watching this episode, girl, you're on the right path. We're all on the right path, straight up. And I just seen 4111 minutes of recording when I said that. 3 ones. Don't you forget it, girl. And I saw it was 1:11 too, 1:11 p.m. I'm telling y'all. God is here. God is in the room with us. God is always here. And everything that I read really teaches me God is here. God is never going to leave my side. And just like how he's there for these people, he's here for us too. We're special too, girl. Stop thinking you're not special. You're hecka special. Why are we so trying to be the victims, Stop victimizing yourself. We are special. God does love us. God does put us first. He freaking makes us go through hard things, but because he's building character, he's making us stronger. He's making us wiser. So keep hanging on, girl. We got this. Anyways, guys, that is it. We are done with the book of Genesis. Super crazy. I can't believe I finished it today. I did not think I was gonna finish it today, because it was like, it's a lot of to read. But I'm so glad we finished the book of Genesis, and I'm so ready to read the new book, which is the book of Exodus. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. But yes, guys, let's finish this up because I'm running out of storage. So yeah, guys, I love you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you want me to explain something more in depth, or my experiences on something. Please let me know. Let me know how you guys feel, your experiences, what you're going through, how this relates to you. I would love to, make this into a real Bible study. I know you guys are not here with me, but leave me some comments and I will review them. And if you and I will read them on the next episode. That way we can discuss together. So let's do that. If you guys leave me a comment on my videos, I will discuss those comments in my next episode so we can have an actual real, Bible study. Remember, if you guys want to buy the Women's Study Bible, the one we're reading here, it is linked in my description. Check it out. If you guys are interested in any of my hooks, guys, I seen some comments about where I get my beads from. Guys, I actually sell these hooks. They're in my website. Link is in the description. The website is thenaughtyspidershop.shopify.com. Soon enough, I will link it to my YouTube so you guys can see the products right there and then. I do have a discount going on for the month of February. The discount code is naughty, KNOTTIE, in all caps. Should expire in about 7 days. You guys have 1 week left until it expires. After that, we won't have a discount anytime soon until we'll see what happens. Maybe during my TikTok shop, during my TikTok live streams, we will have like a TikTok discount. But on TikTok, I don't sell all of my HK Hello Kitty stuff because TikTok is very strict. They don't like us selling like copyrighted items, and I need to respect it. Otherwise, they're gonna take me down, girl. But all of my HK, Kuromi, Sanrio, Sailor Moon, Hello Kitty, Spider-Man stuff is in my website. All of that good stuff, guys. So check out the link in the description. I will have my Naughty Spider shop there, the link there, and also check out my link tree, guys. Link in the description. I have all of my platforms in my link tree, my shop, all that good stuff. Everything that I do in my link tree, guys. I am very active on Twitch, IG, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Stick around, follow through with it. TikTok live streams 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do live stream on YouTube and Twitch as well. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for today's read. It was freaking awesome. I loved it. I learned a lot. I'm so ready for the next book. And if you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Guys, I love y'all. We will be working on continuing the series, the Naughty and Crime series, where we watch crime videos and react to them while we crochet. And we have a lot of things coming in.